Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagadatmananji's inspiring book Learn to Live, Volume 1, The Hidden Truth. Infinite power is hidden within every one of us. We should have an intense desire to succeed in life. After fixing the goal, we must pay attention to all the minute details of the process. We must have a clear idea about the process and the goal. We should be practical in our approach. Failures are a stepping stone to success. We must tread the right path in order to reach the goal. In other words, we must adopt the right means, and with the help of unceasing practice and effort and self-confidence, we must keep advancing towards the goal. Now let us listen to Swamiji himself on this development mantra. What are the means of ascending from our present stage of life to the path of progress and achievement? What are the means of ascending from our present stage of life to the path of progress and achievement? Swami Jagadatmananji discusses this point. Yes, we should have a strong desire to go forward, to rise higher, and to attain all-round improvement. You have to be clear about the nature of your goal and the direction you have to take to attain the goal. Think with a steady and calm mind about your desire. Desires must be realistic and within reach. We should remember that before leaping into the sky, we should be able to leap across the veranda. Let us not try to build castles in the air. Perhaps when you were studying in the 9th grade, you developed an intense desire to become a pilot. This is not an impossible aspiration. But to be able to fulfill this main desire, you must pass through another stage and fulfill many other small requisites. Good eyesight, good physical health, bold and calm mind, and passing the final examination with a good score. These are the preliminary requisites to be fulfilled. Determine what your desires are. To achieve them, set to work at once. Study the lives of those who have achieved success in a similar field. We should consider the kind of pain and trouble they underwent in the pursuit of the desire. If it is possible to get in touch with them, discuss your problems with them and consider the solutions they recommend. Don't forget that deceit, cheating, and other indirect means do not really lead to any real success. Failures should not discourage us. We should probe the cause of failure and patiently continue our efforts in pursuit of our goal. Ends and means. Swami Vivekananda once said, "One of the greatest lessons I have learned in my life is to pay as much attention to the means of work as to its end." He was a great man from whom I learned, and his own life was a practical demonstration of this great principle. I have been always learning great lessons from that one principle, and it appears to me that the secret of all success is this: to pay as much attention to the means as to the end. Swami Vivekananda continues, "Our great defect in life is that we are so much drawn to the ideal. The goal is so much more enchanting. The goal is so much more enchanting, so much more alluring, so much bigger in our mental horizon that we lose sight of the details altogether. But whenever failure comes, if we analyze it critically, in 99% of cases, we shall find that it was because we did not pay attention to the means. Proper attention to the finishing, the strengthening of the means is what we need. With the means all right, the end must come. We forget that it is the cause that produces the effect. The effect cannot come by itself, and unless the causes are exact, proper, and powerful, the effect will not be produced. Once the ideal is chosen and the means determined, we may almost let go of the ideal because we are sure it will be there when the means are perfected. When the cause is there, there is no more difficulty about the effect. The effect is bound to come. If we take care of the cause, the effect will take care of itself. The realization of the ideal is the effect. The means are the cause. Attention to the means, therefore, is the great secret of life. Attention to the means, therefore, is the great secret of life. Once Beethoven, the celebrated composer and musician, concluded his concert and was surrounded by friends and admirers. Struck with wonder at his obvious skill, they stared at him wide-eyed. They were too overwhelmed by emotion to express themselves in words. They had all been carried away by the sweetness of his music. The solemn silence was broken by the words of an enthusiastic lady. If only God had given me this uncommon gift of music. Beethoven replied, Madam, you say the uncommon gift you find in me is the gift of God. Remember that you too can get this gift. Do you know what you should do? Play on the piano 8 hours a day for 40 years. That is enough. You will be as good as I am. Does not this contain the eternal principle that the right path is bound to take us to the goal? In his memoirs, the famous Indian musicologist Vasudevacharya recounts the unparalleled achievements of a great violinist. His name was Krishna Iyer. The Acharya gives an instance of the mastery Krishna Iyer had over playing the instrument, that is violin. In one concert, Krishna Iyer was playing the violin as an accompanist. When one of the strings gave way, the singer looked at him sarcastically, implying that he had deliberately tampered with the strings because he could not effectively follow him on the violin. Krishna Iyer reacted sharply. He said, Do you think I need 4 strings to provide you accompaniment? See, I am pulling out more strings. It seems Krishna Iyer played on a single string of the violin and still effectively accompanied the singer. One should not miss the lesson to be drawn from this episode. The remarkable triumph has behind it long years of devoted, uninterrupted, and persistent practice. Swami Jagatmananji emphasizes this point. One should not miss the lesson to be drawn from this episode. The remarkable triumph has behind it long years of devoted, uninterrupted, and persistent practice. No great man begins his career as a great man, nor is he necessarily a born genius. Most great men have acquired their greatness through constant exercise and practice. If the path is properly chosen, the attainment of success is certain. If the path is properly chosen, the attainment of success is certain. What do we generally do? We go on ruminating on the goal, choose the means as dictated by the whims of the moment, exhaust our energy, and then get desperate. We blame the goal itself for our failure, like the proverbial fox that said, that the grapes were sour, because it could not reach them. We should at least now tread the right path, which is almost half of what is required to achieve our goal. This is the development mantra and the ends and means. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.